Hello, welcome to my first video. I'm kind of nervous, kind of scared, but let me cook this, okay? So bear with me on this one. I'm just gonna start into the video, okay? So, I'm trans. Everyone could have guessed that by now. Which means I spent the first 19 years of my life doing community theater for an audience that never asked for it. So, in this video, I want to talk to you about something that is close to my heart and something that I want to share with people. The way how I came out and the story behind it, really. And how it affected my life, and in a lot of ways, how I didn't even expect it affected my life. So, I knew something was off when I was around 11, 12. I like a thought started forming in my head, not in a no like movie way, no slow zoom, no emotional background music, nothing, just this creeping little thought. And I thought to myself, this has to be absolutely an illegal thought and no one could know it, or everyone maybe thinks the same but no one tells you about it, because at this age you don't have like a word for it, right? You don't know how to put it or where to put it, in which box you put it, where to fit it in, nothing. You just think it's mildly criminal in your head. So I did what I thought most people did. I didn't talk about it. I pretty much just went to my life. I copied people pretty much, which I also didn't know was not normal. Copying people's behavior, adjusting towards them, so you're easy to digest as a human being, and you learn when to shut up, you learn when to talk, you learn when not to talk loudly and stuff. So you fly under the radar. And let me tell you, I thought I was absolutely killing it. I thought I was killing the whole like shebang I did, and I didn't. Plot twist. 0 stars, absolute bad tomato meter score, and the audience was confused at best. But you don't realize it. You just go like at your life with this kind of mindset, and it turns into an autopilot. But not into an autopilot like a Tesla that drifts across lanes when the system malfunctions. No, more like, how can I put it? More like you're one bad day away from emotionally flooring it into a wall at the speed of light. And everyone around you says, wow, this car is absolutely confident in its driving. And nope, I am not. But the part is, people rewarded me for it. They said, you're easygoing. You're good at making friends. You are such an easy human being to deal with, pretty much. And I'm here. This is a full-time job for me. This is a full-time con artist scam, and I should be charging you hourly, but nope, I'm not doing that because I'm still hiding the whole fact here. Now, here's the moment everyone's been waiting for. I came out when I was 19. Clap, 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 clap. Because at some point, I realized, or like I got access to the internet more, and I saw people talking about stuff. I found people that felt the same way as me, and they told me this is absolutely no normal way to think, or it is a normal way to think, but it is not something everyone thinks, and you should honestly start discovering yourself a bit instead of just copying everyone. So I started realizing I'm carrying a very heavy backpack on my back. A backpack full of bricks, really. It weighed me down in my development as a person, like my character development. And yeah, so how did I come out? I went to my parents. I told them, Mom, can you get Dad? I need to talk to you. This felt like I was handing my mom the divorce papers to a marriage I didn't even ask for. So It was no PowerPoint I made for them. It was no interpretive dance I made for them. I didn't even plan this out. I went up to my room after I told that to my mom, and my brain was like, are we raw dogging this right now? Nope. We are not raw dogging this right now. We need to have a plan for this. You're just gonna lock yourself in your room and you forget you told your parents we need to sit down. I couldn't do that, obviously. So I did the next best thing. I grabbed my phone, texted my friend that already knew my feelings, told him, I need your help. Right? He called. I put him on speaker, took him downstairs with me, sat down at the table with my little emotional tech support. It sounds so dumb explaining it. With my little emotional tech support. And my parents asked, so, what did you want to tell us? I started crying immediately. I'm not even beating around the bush here. I just started crying immediately. I was out of it. I was completely lost in my thoughts at this point, because my thoughts at this point were, I either get kicked out, I got disowned or something, or they accept me or don't care. So I told them, Mom, Dad, I would rather be your daughter, not your son. And at that moment, my brain went wild, because my father opened his mouth and I was like, I was ready for him to say, you're not my daughter, you're my son. I was ready to get yelled at and then instantly get thrown out the window or something, I don't know. And you know what he said, or what they said? He opened his mouth and said, we guessed. My mom, in the same sentence, we guessed. My mind was, firstly, huh? You. And then it came out of me. You guessed? Excuse me? I never said it? I hit it so well. My performance was perfect. Here is where my performance, or my theater performance, takes its absolute cake, right? They said they could always tell something didn't quite fit with me. Something was amiss. And here goes the list. I mostly played with girls my age. I didn't really have many male friends. And they found my femboy TikTok. Well, in hindsight, the femboy TikTok thing was the dumbest thing I could have done, because everyone that knows TikTok knows the phone numbers of your family members are like interlocked and they get you on your For You page pretty easily. Yes. So, didn't know how that didn't like cross my mind, but it didn't. Then, before that even, they said, when everyone started like becoming more masculine and stuff in school, everyone knows it. Everyone had their male role models, Ryan Reynolds and stuff. Oh, my beloved Ryan Reynolds. I had a different role model. I loved Lady Gaga. Now, that doesn't make you inherently like trans or something, okay? I'm not telling you that, but it isn't the most normal thing for a man to have Lady Gaga as their role model, okay? Or at least they thought so. It's not my generation, okay? I'm Gen Z. Cut me some slack here. Yes, so that's how they connected those dots. I didn't even connect those dots, that they could figure it out that way. I didn't connect them. I thought I was killing the performance, but no, apparently I didn't. So, that's how I came out to my parents. But, as in all things, we don't only have parents. We have friends. We have other family members. We have co-workers if we are old enough. How did they react? How did they, like, you know... Oh, before that, I just wanted to say, my parents they never pushed me or anything. That's pretty obvious, right? So they just waited. They waited so long, in fact, for me to do it myself. I could have got them like popcorn, snacks, and a bucket of something to drink and a folding chair, and they wouldn't have they wouldn't even have said it. They would have just sat there and are like, yeah, let him be on his way. He's gonna do his own thing. Yes. Back to the other topic of how other people react. Well, other family members, I didn't have to say anything. My mom is a gossip machine, right? So when she goes at, or when she is at work, she's like, oh yeah, you know, my son is now my daughter and stuff. You know, she just tells everyone, no questions asked. They didn't even ask for it. You know, she just tells it. It's like some normal coffee story or something. Something you talk about on a smoke break. And the family members and the co-workers and stuff that had a problem with it, my mom and my dad just said pretty much, nope. My kid needs to be happy and I can't care less for you. My kid is way more important. Honestly, 10 out of 10 from them. I love them till this day for this. Although my dad had huge issues in the beginning with my new name and stuff, he, even to this day, 5 years later, or 6 years now, 6 years later, he still manages to say my old name. I have to cut him some slack for that. He's my old man, you know? I still love him though. He always says sorry. Yes, so the fun part here is pretty much over for the video. A small disclaimer, right? It is a re-recording because the first one was really bad, but I want to warn people right now. The video is gonna go into a more emotional section, right? So if you can't deal with stuff like this, and losing people for who you are and stuff, you are honestly free to leave the video now. I'm happy that you were here for this long already, but you are an absolute trooper and I commend you for that. So yeah, just a small disclaimer. I'm gonna go into a bit more heavy stuff now, right? Okay. Well, for friends, really, since friends are the closest thing to me beside family members, and I only really had close family members that lived with me, so friends was more of a topic for me that hit me deeper and harder, and to this day it crawls into my skin, because I lost friends because of it. I had a few, right? I'm just gonna talk about the friends I made before the whole thing, not after I came out, right? And friends that after I came out don't count into this. The friends I made before this that I told, I have a total of 1 left. Only 1. Because he started, or the others, they left not because they didn't like me. They didn't left because I was bad to them or something. They left because they couldn't deal with my normal self and with the version that's not as easy to digest, right? They left probably also because of the trans thing, but I don't want to say they're transphobic or stuff. They never flat out said it. They just left. But as in all things, you overthink it a lot, and it still hurts to this day. But now there's a big but here. You realize at that moment who are your real friends and who are just there for the version that you aren't, okay, for your fake version. As harsh as it sounds, it is the best. The one friend that I kept, right? I know him for close to 11 years now. I learned we knew each other or started knowing each other from a video game. Funny enough, we know each other in real life these days now and stuff. And he's honestly the best human being I've ever met. He stayed with me with no conditions. He didn't come at me like, no, don't change, or he didn't say no, don't make it your personality, which is one thing I still get told to this day, and I hate it so much. People saying, don't make it your personality, but it is part of me, right? Being trans is an inherent part of me that I can't just turn off. I can't just say, nope, it's not part of me. So in a sense, it is part of my personality. The friend I'm talking about here, he's gonna watch this video and he knows who I'm talking about. But he's a rope that I clinged to my entire life when life was getting rough, when I fell down my emotional holes. He's a boulder I hid behind when people started talking shit to me, and honestly, I can't be more thankful for him, or I can't be more thankful to meet him. Man, this is getting really emotional for me right now. Oh man. So, yes, but life afterwards, like after coming out, it also doesn't get magically easy. I just want you to know that. This is all stuff I want you to know. Life doesn't get magically easy. You don't get a achievement pop up. You don't get a congratulations, you're healed now of your stuff. No, no. It maybe get even worse for some time because you start overthinking more. You start thinking to yourself, maybe shutting up and not telling people about it, or like not having said it, would have been so much easier. But you also don't have to carry that backpack with you anymore. You also don't have to rehearse every sentence in your head. You don't have to constantly correct yourself in your head. You are you. You are imperfectly like everyone. You're visibly like everyone. And you're honestly like everyone. And that's an exhausting part too. I can't lie about it. It's not like easygoing. It doesn't magically turn like this day one. It just is exhausting, but it's a good kind of exhausting. You know, you come home from a long days of work you actually liked, or from a session at the gym you enjoyed. That's the kind of exhausting it is. And if you're watching this, okay, wait, I want to give you something on the way, okay? Here's a little like life lesson with your small angel VTuber Azrael, right? If you're watching this and you are trans, or in general LGBT, right? Or LGBTQ plus in that sense, and you're hiding something, I won't tell you to come out. I won't tell you to do it. Your safety matters and your time matters, or your pace. And you're not wrong, or you're not wrong for wanting to be seen. You are not ready, or if you're not ready, that is fine. Take it at your own pace. If you feel safe and you want to talk about it, then you talk about it. If you don't feel safe and you want to talk about it, it is really, honestly, in your own best interest to maybe figure out if you can feel safe while doing it. For me, I was 19. I was ready to move out. I was ready to leave my house, leave my family at this moment. I didn't care. So if you are like 16 and your parents would be absolutely horrible about it, it is your own choice really to say it to them. But always remember, stay safe. Think about everything you do beforehand, how it may affect your life in the long term, because we sadly need to think about the long term here. And survive. Surviving absolutely counts. And I'm happy to everyone listening to this that you are still here. You are still with us, and I hope it stays that way. I don't want to see anything else. I see too much of it online, and I see too much shit. So, please, take something away from this. I hope, or I hope it helped in a bit. I hope it showed that you're not alone, that the feelings aren't like aren't bad, or you should hide them and stuff for all eternity. Yes, that is. I can't really make this any longer. And this is all I really wanted to say off the top of my heart. And I hope you enjoyed watching it or listening to it or whatever you did with it. Yes. So, this got really emotional till the end. I was close to crying, actually. Thanks for listening and have a good day, okay? And stay safe. That's all that really matters. Bye.